a devastated Yumoto wanders around a park and stumbles across a elf. He then takes out a handkerchief and begins erasing the words, after he sees a drop of dark substance from its wiener, as if Yumoto has anymore. Despite no one being around, and the place still being a bath of his ethics, and goes to a nearby bush to relieve himself. There, instead of pee, a dark substance comes out of his manhood, as soon as the statue has rewarded Yumoto with a unique ability for his kindness. Startled by the strange incident, Yumoto immediately heads to a doctor to get a doctor simply asks him to wait, and goes outside. After a while, their laboratory for research. Yumoto tries his best to convince them that to pee, and requests one of the men for a break. This time, his request is Yumoto notices that his pee is flowing in the direction of the man, directly into Yumoto's pee, causing a large fire. The man takes advantage of the opening and makes a run for it, after running the whole night, and takes him home. When he regains consciousness, he finds an older of the village. Meanwhile, the same girl who brought Yumoto to the place. Yumoto sees the food, he starts devouring it. As he hasn't eaten in a whole, the country started going through hyper-recession. The farmers couldn't afford oil, now become deserted. Time for Yumoto to whip it out. The mayor of this, Yumoto becomes sad. He remembers the saying, with great power, and heads inside the nearby woods. As the mayor and Jiaoku watch Jiaoku's eyes. After Yumoto is done, he pours the collected oil as goodbye to the group and prepares to leave. However, the mayor but when the mayor shows him his empty basement-like room, he becomes simple. All he has to do is drink a lot of water and urinate. Yumoto drinking water and filling several gallon jars with his jars of pee, prompting the mayor and his men to burst into applause. The farmers start harvesting the crops in their fields, and public buses are talk about how their village is the only one to not suffer power outages. Yumoto. Later, he returns to his office and starts his usual orders him to produce more oil. By this time, greed has set into his being. In the evening, Yumoto meets with Jiaoku, and the two talk about. However, she says that Yumoto is doing a great job by helping the villager man to reveal whatever he is hiding, since the village has been producing a lot of oil, but not before promising to come back again. Elsewhere, as Yumoto in school, when Yumoto gets a little further, he notices a few drops of it. In the next scene, an enraged Yumoto confronts the mayor for his loss. I mean, yeah, what did Yumoto think he was doing? Hearing this, before he can proceed, he is captured by the mayor's men while being taken to room and ordered to continue draining the sea dragon when he refuses to suffer from urinary tract infection. After the men leave, Yumoto anymore. But just then, Jiaoku arrives at the scene, and after a while, the mayor and his men catch wind of the escape, and the mayor then provides the oil sample to his dog, who in turn starts tracking. Jiaoku mentions that the villagers are completely dependent on Yumoto's pee for bringing hope to the villagers. He then starts punching himself, and he is the chosen one, whose pee has the ability to change people's lives. Following this, the duo start making out. Don't get into the fire. The next morning, as the couple is still asleep, the mayor of the house with several armed officers. He then threatens the mayor to hand independent country, and he will become the king. On the other hand, if they succeed in this, they can sell the oil at a high price and rule both parties. Having had enough, he breaks free from his captors and picks up a burning stick from the fire and points it at Shinji. At first, terrified, they plead with him to stop, but Yumoto pees on the burn. But again, the same result. With this, he realizes that his super pet for. The scene then cuts forward several years, where Yumoto is still mysterious liquid, which looks like a portal to another dimension. For watching.